Hey everyone, and welcome to the first lesson. Today we are going to start talking about expressions. The most important thing to know about expressions is they do not have equal signs. And at the beginning of every lesson, I'm going to show you the things that we're going to try and take away from this lesson, the things that we want to try and learn and be good at. And then I'm going to try and connect them to those problems that we do together throughout the lesson. So like I said, expressions do not have an equal sign. That's one of the most important things to know. No equal sign. Okay, so what that means is that we cannot solve an expression. So when we look at an expression, something with no equal sign, we cannot solve it. So I'm going to say we're not solving here. What we can do with expressions is we can simplify them and we can evaluate them. So let's first start by talking about simplifying an expression. Simplifying just means we're going to take this thing that looks like it's pretty long and we're going to try and make it as small as possible using math rules. And so this expression contains different sort of characteristics. We have terms. A term is anything separated by a plus or a minus. So 7x plus 3 minus 5x plus 8 plus 4x and minus 1. Those are terms. And it's a good time to note that if I am going too fast for you, that's okay. You can always pause this video. You can rewind it. You can raise your hand and ask for help if I can say something more clearly to you. Make sure that you do this at your own pace. Variables, those are any letters that we see in an expression. So in this case, we have the letter X. Constants, those are terms that just have numbers. So plus 3 is a constant, plus 8, and minus 1. And then coefficients are the values that, or the numbers that are in front of a variable. So 4, -5, and 7. And what's nice about expressions is we can group the things that look alike. So in this one, I want to put the terms that have an x, I want to write them near each other. And it's really important to note that the plus or minus that's in front of the term goes with it. So this 7x, there is nothing in front of it. There's really a plus there. We just don't tend to write it at the beginning. So we need to make sure that 7x is positive. This 5x has a minus in front of it, so it's going to keep its minus. So I'm going to start rewriting this thing with the things that look alike next to each other. So I have a positive 7x, I have a minus 5x, and then I have a plus 4x because it had a plus in front of it. And now I'm going to write the constants together. So I have a plus 3, a plus 8, and a minus 1. You might say that doesn't look any simpler, and it's really not simpler, except that we can see all the x's near each other and all the constants near each other. And now we can combine things that are alike. So those terms that have x's, I can actually add or subtract or combine the coefficients. So, and you can use your calculator for this. You can use Desmos. 7 minus 5 is 2, and 2 plus 4 is 6. So we end up with 6 x's. We can put this in the calculator, or if you can do it in your head, that's fine. Either way, I support. Positive 3 plus 8 is 11, minus 1 is positive 10, so we do plus 10. I did not solve that expression, but I did simplify it, so that now all I have now is 6x and plus 10. So let's simplify some expressions. The first thing that I would do is I would group the things that look alike. So in this first one, I am going to put the 9 and the plus 5 together. 9 is positive, the 5 is positive because there's a plus in front. That minus belongs to 6w, so it goes with the 6w. I'll do that for all of these to start. I'm going to put the p's together. I have a positive 7p, a minus 9p, then I have a minus 1, and a plus 5. And so now for each of these, I can simplify them. Actually, I'll just do the third one as well. I was going to have you do it alone. I have two different letters. I'm just going to put the letters that are the same together. So I have 26a. I have a minus 4a. The minus goes with the 4a. Then I have a plus 2b and a plus 10b. Now for all of these, I can combine the constants together. I can use my calculator if I need to. And I can combine the coefficients of the terms with variables. So I can do 9 plus 5 and get 14. And then 6w is the only thing with a w, so it stays minus 6w. I simplified it. I didn't solve it. Here I can do 7 minus 9. Again, you can use your calculator. It's a good tool. 7 minus 9 gives us negative 2, and there's a p. Negative 1 plus 5 gives us positive 4. I can do 26 minus 4 because these both have a's. 26 minus 4 is 22a. And then positive 2b plus 10b. 2 plus 10 is 12b. I cannot combine the a's and the b's because they are two completely different things. And so that's as simple as I can make it. I did not solve, I simplified. The other way I can simplify is just by performing any operations that exist. So here I have 7, and then in parentheses I have x plus 4. There's an operation that exists there. I want you to take, I don't know, 15 seconds. Think about if you know what operation exists there. Plus, minus, multiplication, or division. So if you guessed multiplication or you knew it was multiplication, well done. If you didn't, I'm telling you now. Multiplication is between anything and a parentheses. So if there's no plus or minus there and there's just a number or maybe even a number with a variable and it's right next to the parentheses, that means to multiply. And so when we have multiple terms, here I have two terms. I have a plus x and a plus 4. When I have multiple terms inside of that parentheses, that means all of those terms need to be multiplied by whatever is outside, in this case 7. So that means I'm going to multiply 7 times x, and you might have seen it shown this way before. And I'm going to multiply 7 times positive 4. When I multiply 7 times x, I don't really get anything unique. It's just 7x. When I multiply 7 times positive 4, again, always use your calculator if you need it. 7 times positive 4 is positive 28, so I'm going to put a plus here, 28. I can't combine anything like I did on the previous problems because I have one term that has an x and I have one constant, and so that's as simple as I can make this. We're not solving, we're simplifying, and that's all I can do. So let's do a few of these. I'm just going to multiply my number on the outside by every term inside. So I'm going to do 2 times b. 2 times b is just 2b. And then 2 times negative 3 gives me negative 6. Again, if you need to, while you're working with positive and negative numbers, go ahead and use your calculator. Here I have negative 5. I'm going to multiply by both of my terms, m and minus 2. So negative 5 times m is just negative 5m. And negative 5 times negative 2, again, so you don't get hung up on positive and negatives, you can use your calculator if you want to, but negative 5 times negative 2 gives us positive 10. And then this last one, I have 3 terms inside the parentheses. It's okay. we just do the same thing. I'm going to multiply all three of them now by the number 2. 2 times x is just 2x. 2 times negative y is negative 2y. And then 2 times positive 8 is going to give us positive 16. That's as far as I can go. X's and Y's, they're different, so I can't combine them. I'm not allowed to do 2 minus 2 there. I can't combine them with the constant. I didn't solve this because there's no equal sign. I simply simplified, and that's as far as we can go. So we're going to talk about evaluating expressions together in class. For now, make sure you stick around to the end of this video because there will be some problems you need to answer that will pop up so you can get full credit. If you have questions, please raise your hand. If you missed something I said, please rewind and listen again, or you can raise your hand if you need me to clarify anything for you. Make sure you stick around and do these problems and ask for help if you need it. Good luck.